June the 27th, 2021. Guys, you're looking at updated information that came out just a few minutes ago from the National Hurricane Center. And my friends on the East Coast, the system we've been watching now has a 50% chance of cyclone formation in 5 days. Actually, if you look at the 2-day tropical outlook, also 50% chance, because it's going to be coming ashore probably tomorrow evening. So pay attention to it. Let's go back to this first map. Now, what they're saying is satellite imagery and nearby buoy and ship observations indicate that a small low-pressure system has formed about 500 miles east-southeast of the Georgia-South Carolina border, guys. Now, early this morning, you could tell that it had picked up some steam and it was starting to get some storms wrapped around it, but it was still at just a 20% chance of development. It says surface pressures have begun to fall across this area, and showers and thunderstorms have recently become better organized. Some additional development of this system will be possible later today, and especially on Monday, when the system will move across the warmer waters of the Gulf Stream. And a tropical depression could form before the system makes landfall along the southern U.S. coast. The low is expected to move westward today, and then west-northwestward at about 15 miles an hour on Monday, reaching the coast of the southeastern United States by late Monday. And an Air Force Reserve Unit reconnaissance aircraft is scheduled to investigate this system Monday afternoon if necessary. Now, the system coming off of Africa, 30% chance of formation in 5 days, an area of low pressure associated with a tropical wave located over the eastern tropical Atlantic Ocean, more than 700 miles southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands, is producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Little, if any, development of the system is expected for the next couple of days, followed by some gradual development by Wednesday and continuing through the end of the week while it moves westward to west-northward at about 20 miles an hour. It's moving on in there pretty good. Now, two-day forecast is 20%, 5 days is 30%. And you can see this path, and you remember from the NavGem model yesterday from the U.S. Navy, it showed this second storm turning and moving up the east coast. This one looks like it's going to come straight in, guys. Remember, this orange cone is where inside that cone could be the center of circulation. This isn't the size of the storm. We're about to look at the satellite images. It's somewhere between central Georgia coast up into the central Carolina coast as far as where the center location will come ashore. But guys, I've been watching this through a couple times today, and there's a large area of low pressure, broad area that they call it, and it's already, as of several hours ago, started pushing that system that's been moving eastward across the U.S., turning it back and bringing ocean breezes into that area. Let's take a look at that. First, we're looking at the wide-angle view of the Atlantic Ocean. Here's our storm that we're watching right now that has a 30% chance of development over 5 days. There's another system moving off the African coast now. I suspect in the next day or so they will start watching it and giving some information. Now, off the Carolina coast, right here, and I'm going to zoom this up just so you see that low-level circulation that's already in place, and it's very steady. But right there, guys, is the one coming off Carolina. Got some motion from that broad area of low pressure that was in the Gulf of Mexico that's about to bring some moisture, it looks like, somewhere between Lake Charles and the Houston area, and possibly this evening or tomorrow. But let's take a closer look at the, and zooming in, this is what we've got. Again, you can see the east coast or southeast coast of the U.S., and a couple things I want to point out. Right here in the center, you're starting to see a grouping of showers that can wrap around the center of this thing. If you look closely at the lighter clouds at the surface level, or closer to the surface, you can see a very well-defined center of circulation just under this burst of clouds. Not only that, look how it's affected the weather along the East Coast. It started turning these thunderstorms back inland that were around the coast. You can see how it's affecting the upper level wind shear. And this is, again, a wide area. when we do have one of these storms that completely wraps up before land impact, these things are going to get rough this year. But again, it's impacting now from Florida all the way up through the northeast, just from this broad area of low pressure. But again, right there's your center of circulation, guys. Check that out. Also, working on a report where our sun has been quiet, but now that's changing very quickly. We've had a rapid succession of coronal mass ejections, and we have a sunspot that's turning back Earth-facing that hasn't become active yet, but it's large enough to, and we're going to look at why it could become active very quickly. That will be in a video up in a few hours, guys. It's a heads up. Be safe.